Hi, my name's Philippa Collins. I'm a PhD or DPhil student in law. I study employment law and human rights law at the Faculty of Law in Oxford. My choice of choosing Oxford originally was because the BCL itself had such an incredible reputation, both in the UK and also internationally. It was well renowned as a place to kind of springboard your academic career, which was something I thought I would be interested in. And also, having looked at the LLMs at other universities, I saw that the BCL had a better chance of matching my interests. So there was particular things that I was quite interested in. What distinguished it for me was primarily learning through discussion. So everyone did the reading before seminars, and then rather than having any sign of lecturing, we would all learn from each other and from the professors through discussions. So there would be open questions that started the seminar, and then everyone would draw on their own knowledge and reading in order to form an opinion in response to that question. And then we all challenged each other, and the professors kind of played devil's advocate against us. And eventually that formed into kind of learning together and pushing your ideas forward. Also, we learnt through tutorials, which is a fairly unique experience, where a pair of you go to a tutorial with one of the professors who's specialist in your subject. You present an essay in advance, so they've read your essay, give you comments on how to improve it, and also how to tailor it to the exams that you sit on the BCL. But you also get an opportunity to say, oh, this is what I think of this area. Is this a sensible kind of analysis of the situation? And they really kind of take you to task on what you're thinking. And that was really unique. I think the other thing that was a distinguishing characteristic of the BCL, but also Oxford more generally, was being part of an incredibly ambitious and driven international community of scholars, not just legal scholars, but I've met so many people beyond my field who will be friends for life, and people that I've learnt from and been able to kind of broaden my horizons beyond just studying law, which I think was one of the things that I did at undergrad. I was friends with lots of lawyers, but not many non-lawyers, and that's been a really exciting opportunity for me personally, being in Oxford. We don't all sit the same combination of modules or the same modules at all. Nothing is mandatory in the same way it is when you're an undergrad, but you have free choice, and everyone just follows their own interests, their own passions. One of the options is a dissertation, which many people take up and write a 12,000 word essay across the year. But broadly, everyone's sitting a set of exams at the end, but they're each focused around different modules. The transition between undergraduate law and the BCL was an interesting one. When I was in my final year at my previous university, we were again studying modules that we'd completely chosen for ourselves, so on our own heads be it, as it were. So I had a very similar experience in that sense, and having one-on-one contact with the people who I knew from my previous university as the people who wrote the textbooks was a hell of a step. It was really exciting, and it was an opportunity that I will never forget, that I kind of cherish, and I cherish that really, really deeply. In terms of the work that we were actually doing, it's similar in form. So obviously most law students are going to spend 95% of their time reading, and that was the same. I think what wasn't the same was the amount. The reading lists here are somewhat formidable. They are manageable when you work out what you do need to read in time, what you don't, what can wait for Christmas or Easter. But that was a very, very different kind of experience for me. So getting a reading list and think, oh, I'm never going to complete this in a week or maybe even a year, and getting used to that was different. But the essence of the degree is the same. It's just made more challenging by the level of reading that you're expected to do, and the quality of thought that you're expected to put into the reading that you do, rather than just taking it on board and memorizing it. You take it on board and critically reflect on the materials that you've been given. And then the exam is designed to test that kind of reflection. So that was a change. But I think it's a step up that anyone who's got into the degree can definitely manage. So my plans in the long term, I use my BCL to make a connection with my current DPhil supervisor, who's also at Oxford. So that was one definite bonus of being here. I've got 2 years remaining on my DPhil project, and then I will use that as a way of getting into the academic life. So I'll be applying in the next couple of years for junior researching or teaching positions. And from there, I hope to go on to be a fully fledged academic at some stage in the next 20 years, maybe. So it's a very exciting way to start your career.